What's up, you guys? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today we are back with another installment of the yet-to-be-named Riven Reroll series. And as you can tell, we only have one weapon equipped at the moment, and that, of course, is the dual Keres. This thing's got a really good statistic spread, so as we take a look at it just on its own here, it's got a big old chunk of critical chance. There's a lot of critical multiplier in there. There's a half-decent status chance at 14, and it's got a lot of slash. So part of me is like, alright, this thing is already a powerhouse on its own. What can we do with a little bit of help from our Riven? So let's take a look at what we've got today. This is the current build that we have on it. And as you can see, we are rocking Viral as its main elemental damage type because we do want to inflict a shit ton of status. So with the current setup that we have, we are using Blood Rush and Drifting Contact, and we have pushed up its status chance up to 36%, which isn't necessarily the highest, but it definitely gets the job done. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. As you can see, its Riven disposition is incredibly high, and I've come prepared today. Look, I actually have the dash slot ready to go there for it. So I'm like, okay, we don't actually have to go and like level anything up, but I want to see exactly what we can get. But before we get started, let's take a look at how this thing performs. So let's grab ourselves a little old friend pal, Mr. Billy over here. And of course, oh, I didn't even simulate him. No, he went away. What do you call this? Of course, I will not be using stealth on this one, mainly because of the fact that, you know, you do get the stealth multipliers on it. And, you know, that's kind of not fair. That should not count. So as you can see, this thing is doing a pretty good job of, well, there you go. That's what it is. It was really fast, the weapon itself, with each swing. And it had some good criticals in there. So really, we're kind of like teaming up the critical and the status per usual, which is really one of my favorite things to do with this. Now I'm just going to go ahead and use its kind of like main combo and see exactly how that one performs. As you can see, our criticals start going up into the orange fairly quickly with this thing. But it works quite well. What I'm really hoping for this Riven, the one that we pick up, is that we can kind of get a balance between the prime to reach that you saw that we had there, and then go ahead and get our hands on something that's got some range and maybe like some critical damage, maybe something along those lines, some base damage, anything to kind of replace some of the stuff that we already got going on there. It's a really fast weapon, so I don't necessarily need a prime fury on it, but I still like having some bonus speed. So maybe if we get a Riven that has speed and like critical damage, something along those lines, I'd definitely be willing to give that up. But a little bit of reach would be nice as well. So let's go ahead and jump back into the orbiter and get to rolling. Alright, so as you can see, we're almost sitting at 200,000 Kuva. So part of me is like, I expect us to get something good on this one. Right now, we've got some melee damage, we've got some heat, and we've got some puncture. While that's all fantastic, I really think that boosting up the supplemental stats for this mod is going to be the way to go, especially a little bit of critical damage. If we can get some like attack speed critical damage, I would totally be into it. That is nearly 200% damage though. But it is a 5 disposition Riven, so I'm expecting to get some good rolls, right? I'm expecting to get some fucking nice rolls on this. So let's begin. Let's cross our fingers to see exactly what we can go ahead and get. And let's see. Please don't curse me. Just give me something good straight out the gate. Damage to corpus, electricity, negative. How does negative range even work on a melee weapon to the point where it's negative 100% and more? Like, what's the point in that? Do I literally have to be squatting on top of the enemy? Is that how it works? Because I'm really curious to find out. Right now on its own, it's a pretty good Riven with nearly 200%, but we want better. We've got combo See, I got kind of excited. I was like, maybe we could go ahead and get rid of Drifting Contact, make space there. But as you can see, it's negative critical damage, and that is one of the strongest suits of the dual Keres. So part of me is like, oh, why are you gonna do that to me? We've got critical chance. We've got critical chance, range, and cold mother motherfuckers. Wow, we got that in like 3 goddamn rolls. Well, that's how the universe works, right? Let's go ahead and take a quick look at this real fast. Wow, running into a unicorn so quickly. It's like the universe wanted this to happen. Let's take a look at where it stands currently. So, if we're looking at replacements, all right, we could get rid of Prime Breach very, very easily with that. So we could do a little bit of this, and then we could do a little bit of this, and we could do a little bit of that. That actually feels really good because the viral is pumped up a good bit more, and the critical chance goes up even higher. So that means our, it just feels right, doesn't it? Doesn't it, universe? I'm really, really excited for this. However, you know me, fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. Let's go ahead and re-roll this to 10. We'll just re-roll it to 10. Don't get your panties in a twist. But this, I feel like it's gonna be looking gift horse in the mouse, but then again, we do legitimately have 200,000 Kuva to work with. Well, we had 200,000 Kuva to work with, or around there. So, well, we might as well take a little bit of a chance. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not really plan on this for going this well. The universe usually hates me. No, we don't really care about any of that. I'm kind of over all of the, well, I've never been into the whole slide attack thing. I've always thought the slide attack thing was a little bit like ridiculous, and I was not into it. Channeling damage, no, but it gets rid of the puncture, but I'm not going to use channeling damage in any way, shape, or form. I'm wondering when they'll make a good channeling damage weapon. Not that we don't have weapons that have a little channeling damage there. Negative slash, get out of here, go home, we don't like you. Yeah, I've kind of been waiting to see when they would make a good channeling weapon. I just don't think that they've made anything strong enough yet. We've got negative critical chance. You can, you know, lick my butthole on that one. How are you going to give me critical damage and negative critical chance? That's just a slap in the dirty face. So I think that we've got 3 more rolls, and then we'll call it a day on this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and figure out exactly what we're going to end up doing for the rest of this video, because legit, it can't be over here, can it? It might just. You never know. I could do with a little status chance. Alright, no. Critical chance, damage to Grenier, damage to Corpus. Nah, I think what we're gonna do is maybe we're gonna stick with this one. Just say, we're happy. No, we're good. I mean, that's still pretty good, though. But we already kind of have that, but not the critical damage part. I think we're going to keep the one with the range. That's kind of what we had asked for in the beginning, and because of the fact that it'll put us a little bit higher, I think that'll be enough. And then let's go test it out in the simulacrum real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and figure out what else we can fucking roll. Okay, so part of me feels like this one has to be a keeper. There cannot be anything wrong with this. We did lose out on a little bit of range, but the thing about it is we probably wouldn't got much range with this in the first place, mainly because of the fact that, oh, well, that was quite nice. I think that took off like 10 strokes for us. Literally, we're down to like 16 hits to get the enemy down, and we are doing it very, very quickly. So part of me is like, yes, let's see if that was just a lucky one. I feel like, yeah, maybe that one was a lucky one, but still, I feel like we've knocked off a couple strokes on that one, and this is feeling quite good. A part of me just doesn't quite know what else I want to roll. There are definitely a couple ones that, you know, we could have gotten better luck on, kind of like the, what is it called, the comb. But literally at the end of the day, I don't think that I would feel bad if I lost out on a comb ribbon, right? I don't know. Let's go ahead and give this a little bit of a different try. Let's do a different swing on this one, because we could drop Prime Fury and we could add a little bit more range in there. Let's see how it feels with a little bit of Prime to Reach action, just in case, because it is like 1.94 versus 1.25 or something like that, or 1.26. I'm not really 100% sure, but if this gives us a little bit more range, I think I liked it faster. To be completely honest with you, I think I liked it faster, but that extra maybe we could put on some critical damage. That might be a thing that we could play around with. Let's take a look at that, because I mean the attack speed isn't absolute, you know, isn't absolutely terrible without it on. But if we can get some good critical damage in there. What is your name? Organ Shatter? LMNO. There you go. Organ Shatter. A little bit of critical damage, because that's definitely something that I've wanted for this weapon. I was kind of hoping for, you know, instead of that cold, maybe we could have gotten some critical damage. But it does push Viral to the forefront a little bit more when it comes to the damage that we output. It always kind of like weirds me out because of the fact that this tends to wipe enemies to the side. We're getting red crits very, very quickly. So I do have to say I'm really, really happy with this one, even if we didn't necessarily get all the rage in. So let's finish off this one Billy, and then let's head back to the orbiter and figure out exactly what we're gonna end up rolling. Alright, from a crit status weapon to a status crit weapon, we're going to actually be rolling a ribbon for the Gunsen. Always thought the Gunsen were very, very beautiful, and they function very similarly to the dual Keres, except they just have a different moveset. So as you can see here, its critical chance is 16, and its critical multiplier is 2 times. So it's nowhere near as crazy as the dual Keres, but its status chance is 28%, and it's got a 1.17 attack speed. So this thing is actually very, very fast. One of the things that I noticed is that it has a damage block of 80%. 80% for a fan? Doesn't make any sense to me, but we do have a decent ribbon for it so far. So as you can see here, it's got damage infested, slight attack has a chance to be critical hit for 60%, and it's got 123.3 melee damage. Not super excited with that. I mean, the melee damage, fine, it's always great, but as we've learned with some weapons in the past, is that melee damage is always the way to go. Now, we've got a lot of status here. I kind of almost want to build up the crit a little bit more, because we are using Blood Rush with this, so maybe some critical chance, status chance, critical chance, base damage, maybe even a little bit of range. Let's go ahead and just cross our fingers to see what we can do with this, because legit, well, we want to make it beautiful and wonderful, right? And hopefully, listen, let's ride out the good luck, and hopefully it transfers to the Gunsen, okay? That's what I'm hoping for. So we've already got 6 rolls in this. I'm hoping that we don't have to take it too far to get it to where it needs to go, but let's see some critical maybe? No, we're not gonna get any of that. But yeah, that was actually a really, really good set of rolls. Range and cold. Ooh. Range and cold. I mean, that's... I'll take that over this, because it does need a little bit more range. Oh, or should I take... What the hell is going on? What just happened? I actually have no clue what the fuck that was, or where the fuck that came from. I am looking, I don't have any other windows open. Is that an alert? Oh my god, I think that's an alert from the charity stream from earlier. No! Well, congratulations, charity stream, on making a little bit of that. Should we stick to the melee damage? I think we should probably stick to the melee damage. The range is nice, though. Oh... No, let's stick to the melee damage, because I wasn't looking for an insane amount of range on that thing anyway, and it wasn't going to give me that much range to begin with. Combo duration, damage to Grenier, I don't think so. Please, give me some crit chance status. Crit chance status chance would be perfect. Little crit chance status chance. We got combo duration, critical damage, and toxin. I mean, that... I don't know, I don't think that would replace Drifting Contact, though, because we still want more status, and that combo duration is not... Ooh, we're gonna take this one still. I'm not satisfied. Like, none of those I'm, like, all that jazzed about. Like, I'm waiting for a unicorn, you know? I'm waiting for one to make me go, oh, that's it! That's the one! Not any of these kind of, like, I'm just settling for them. Like, more along the lines of, like... It's the Gunsen, it's a special weapon, let's feel a little special. You know, we've got status duration and damage to corpus. Sometimes I'm just like, no, this is not gonna be a thing. Alright. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Soon enough, we're gonna end up getting it negative 95.1 range. Now you're just teasing me. Now you're just teasing me. I know that some people like the negatives on these things. I know that some people really do. Ooh, that's kind of nice too. Range and slash and electricity. But I'm not using corrosive on this. The slash is definitely nice. But yeah, no. A part of me is definitely kind of like, I understand that people like some of the negatives. Like, I'll take a negative to a, what is it called? A faction. But I don't think that I would take like, unless, the only way I would take it is if we had something good for its base or a really, really strong supplemental stat. But so far I haven't seen anything that's made me go, ooh, that looks nice. You know what I mean? And in fact, none of these. There's a couple that I'm like, that's not too bad at all. And now I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't want to go too low, mainly because of the fact that I kind of want to keep like maybe 100k Kuva, just in case, because as you can see, I did have a Magnus Ribbon sitting out there. I did also have a Piranha Ribbon, so there's a lot of talks about what the next Prime secondary weapon is going to be. Looking at it, it doesn't look like it could be the Piranha. It really just doesn't. The barrel looks like it gets slimmer as opposed to like gets thicker, and the Piranha's a shotgun, right? We have to remember that. So I'm thinking if anything it might be the Magnus, and if that's the case, I've got myself a little Magnus. We do have our critical chance and toxin here. Would it be worth it though? Versus melee damage, I don't think it would be, to be completely honest with you. The critical chance would be 16 plus 16, so that would bring it up to 36. With body count and blood rush, that would actually be not terrible. That wouldn't be terrible, like 34, 35 critical chance with body count, blood rush, and a little bit of toxin. Good job, charity stream. Good job. Again, this is not completely blowing my mind, so part of me is like, if it's not blowing your mind, you don't have to say yes. You still have about 26k, that you can go into and dip into and hopefully get yourself something better. But yeah, so I'm kind of saving at least some of that Kuva for the upcoming Prime, just in case we do get something good, because if I'm gonna be honest with you, I definitely want to roll on it. I also am like looking for a Distress Ribbon. Okay. I see you. We're gonna say yes to you. Critical chance, melee damage. It's more melee damage than that other one, so it's already a yes. And we got critical damage. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll this down to like maybe 100k. And we'll just see what we get from then on. Don't make this too difficult for me. Don't make this too difficult for me, but right now, this is looking kind of juicy. It's looking kind of juicy. There's very little that they could serve to me that would really make me go, oh, I must re-roll this. But right now, I think we're all set. This is just kind of like the victory lap of rolls, just to make sure. And I could do one more roll before we dip underneath the 100k. So let's cross our fingers. Channeling damage. Oh, that's critical damage. Critical chance is nice. But I think I'm going to stick to this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at how this performs. I didn't show you guys how this performed without it, but I mean, it's gonna be good, right? It's gonna be good no matter what happens. Alright, so we've got our little friend Billy on over here, and it's been such a long time since I've used the Gunsen, but oh my god. I think it's even better than Dual Keres. Let's be real, okay? That one was like 19. The Dual Keres was taking about 20-ish, anywhere from like 16 to 20, like 25-ish. Let's say that. I don't actually know all the combos for this one, so that might just be a combo thing. But that's 35. I guess we'll have to take into account time to kill and everything like that. But happy. I'm definitely happy with this one. And I'm still kind of shocked that the block percentage is 80%. I would have never thought Combine that with a little bit of the Saren action, and her little, oh, it's because I've got fucking the duration shit on, and that's why. Oh, I see what it is now. I see what it is. It makes all of the sense in the world. And I am so dumb. I was like, wow, this thing is strong. And I'm like, oh, it's because legitimately my focus school is allowing me to keep all of my stacks. So, well, too bad for that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to change it. However, that is about it for this episode. I'll be honest, I think that we walked away with a pretty big winner. As you can see here, once you get that combo multiplier on with this thing, enemies just kind of melt. Woo! Good choice on re-rolling that Gunsen. And for those of you who haven't used your Gunsen lately, go ahead and pick it up and give it a little playtime, because clearly it's one of those weapons that we definitely forgot about. What the fuck was that? Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but whatever that was definitely disturbing. Regardless, before he does that again, let me know if you guys got any good distress ribbons that are coming up. I know that I'm definitely on the lookout for one of those, and whether you think it's going to be the Piranha or the Magnus, or maybe it's going to be something completely different for the upcoming Prime. Who really freaking knows? Because as you guys know, I don't trust any of the leaks out there. I can't look at that weird leg thing that he just did. Regardless, as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.